I'm Michael Keller, and this is Red Letter Hospitality. One of my favorite things about bartending is get to meet the different characters and personalities along the way. Some great conversation over drinks, and obviously the more drinks they have, better the conversation normally gets. So it's always a fun part of bartending for us as well. The RLH Manhattan's one of my favorites. Other than that, I really do love the ginger sour. That was one that I worked on for probably a couple of months, trying to get that ginger flavor at the correct level. So this is probably one of the ones I'm most proud of, but probably one of my favorite classics is the RLH Manhattan. Fantastic Knob Creek bourbon, and probably catch me with one of those on the other side of the bar. We have probably, I would say, 15 to 20 people that come in for quote unquote their drink. So we have a nice mental log going on too of people's drinks that they've made up with some of our different infusions and different things that might not be on the menu, but we always try to make sure we remember those and take care of everybody. Yeah, I would like to say, especially in Erie, most of our cocktails here, we try to kind of get above and beyond, and they're very hard to find. I know when I'm off of work, there's nowhere I can go to find them. So yes, I think most of our drink menu, we try to keep it to where this is basically the only place you're going to get it.
My name is Mike Carley. I'm the executive chef here at the Cork.
My name is John Boken. I'm the executive chef at Skunk and Goat Tavern in Northeast.
My take on food, simple is better. Going along with my lifestyle, I've kind of adopted a healthier lifestyle, so I use a lot of freshness, citrus, olive oil, herbs. I draw a lot of inspiration from those things, definitely.
I think for me, it's keep it simple and let the ingredients speak for themselves.
Red Letter has kind of been a driving force here in Erie within the past 2 to 3 years, I would say, 3 to 4 years. They're just really hammering on the culture, the food, making Erie a destination for the culinary scene. And I think they're really passionate about bringing those things to the community for sure. Living in Erie, Pennsylvania, and being a food lover, I just want to bring something different and new to the area, because Erie, I think, is kind of craving something different, and I think the food hall will help expand on some of those things. Very excited about the food hall. I think it's a great opportunity to kind of bring some new and exciting cuisines to Erie, and kind of make Erie a destination for the food scene.
Yeah, I think the food hall will definitely continue to grow the food scene in Erie, which, like Chef Mike said, that it's craving. It's definitely going to be huge for the community. Red
Letter obviously is giving us some resources that otherwise we would not have access to, like the wood-burning brick oven pizza. I, for one, am excited, not being really a pizza guy, to kind of learn what it takes to make a good brick oven pizza and maybe dive in a little bit more with some different taco concepts. When the food hall opens, I think one of the most exciting things is the different options that are going to be available to the people of Erie. I think it's really going to be a good thing to kind of broaden the horizon of in the culinary scene. A lot of personalities. There's definitely going to be a lot of personalities trying to collaborate on different things. But I think everyone has the same goal, and like I was saying, that's to bring, some diversity to Erie, just different cuisines, different cultures, and I think it'll be a nice melting pot for this city in general.
I think it's great, definitely collaborate with each other, in the common goal of building a little food community at the marketplace.
With all the development going on, it's the most excited I've been about Erie.
People will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. And that is really, if you walk through our training deck of presentation to our employees and orientation, and we revisit this a couple times a year with all employees, our slide opens with that. The opening slide is the Maya Angelou saying, and it ends with that, because that's what we're there. We're there to create an experience, and sometimes the food may not come out perfect, or something might be wrong with service, but as long as we're focused on the guest, we're on their side, we're thinking of them, and we're just trying to give them an experience that they normally wouldn't have somewhere else. So that sums it up in a nutshell what we're about.
We're in the business of creating innovation and innovative ideas that create a value and a great experience for our guests. We believe that having happy employees that are working together ultimately help create that guest experience. And so we put, there's just a infinite amount of energy and effort that goes into every dish that comes out of our kitchen, every drink that's made within our four walls.
I think that Erie is famous for Presque Isle. It's famous for the wine country here in Northeast, and I think Red Letter, one of our unwritten missions is to make an impact and to elevate Erie as a culinary destination. So we talk about it. We look to hopefully our competitors get better, and which challenges us to get better, and we'd love to see more cuisine. And we think that's where the food hall really fits in, is that it's kind of enhancing kind of our vision, because we're going to be partnering and working with 9 new vendors that are going to be bringing new concepts, new flavors, new cultures to the Erie community, which I think will be fantastic and will really help make Erie a culinary destination, and that's part of what we'd love to see, and we hope Red Letter can play a part in that.
I'm extremely excited about the vendor lineup. I mean, I think as going back to the application process and the interview process, I mean, this was not easy. It was not an easy process to get in the food hall. I mean, all these vendors literally had to come in and cook for us. During the COVID situation, I mean, they literally had to come in with very little equipment, very little gear. And it was like Shark Tank. It was a Erie version, culinary version of Shark Tank. And literally getting to meet the people in person and hear and feel their passion for the food and the diversity of the dishes that they were able to create. And many of the stories, starts back at home when they were a child or specific to their ethnicity. I mean, I think it was just a phenomenal experience. And at the end of the day, there wasn't one person who walked out. I mean, every person that we had food with, we just walked out saying, "Wow, this is great." And I think it's going to bring exactly what we're trying to do to downtown Erie, which is to bring the diversity and the cultural component and really put the foundation in place to let that really thrive and grow in Erie.
I think there's going to be some, not only are we going to have great food, and I think there's going to be great experiences there. So I think there's going to be programs. I think long term you'll see cooking classes, you'll see events, game nights. I think it's going to be not only to come to eat, but I think you're going to want to come there for experience. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
A phenomenal attribute of the food hall is it's going to be kid friendly. There's going to be a plethora of different product offerings. So if the kids are dead set on having that cheeseburger or that slice of wood-fired pizza, they're going to have it. Mom and dad wants to get a little wild and try something a little more ethnic, it's going to be there. And if you're like me, you can always head to the bar and enjoy an ice cold beer.